G'day everyone, welcome to this continuation of the last Blitzkrieg fall campaign. I am at the very start of the second turn. It is the 17th of December 1944. The one thing I haven't done, I've rolled weather. Normal weather is fixed. Poor atmosphere, and we managed to get 2 hex visibility, which is pretty good considering the poor atmosphere. We don't need to worry about reinforcements. They're all set up on this wonderful sheet. I rolled for air and they managed to get 1 US air point. This is for the entire turn. All those reinforcements are ready to come. I will need to be mindful of where they are coming on. At 4th Division, Infantry Division headquarters, way down south. 1st Division at O, which is over here in the north. We have got, they're not going to be much of a threat, but the 1st Division and 9th Division coming on at P, so down this main or primary road here, or optionally further to the east. So already some big American reinforcements coming on. The Germans too have some reinforcements, but not as much. The Vanderheit drop within 2 hexes of C-2632, which is around Barak Michel. We have their combat trains coming in at A, and some other small units here and there. The one thing that I haven't done yet is roll for German and US replacements. And to do that, I need to locate I've got my Allied charts here. I need to find my German charts because that'll have the German replacements on it. Sorry for the clanging. And give me one moment while I sort through pages and pages of rule books and try and find it. I thought it was right with me. It was right with me. It was tucked in. Okay, so we have German AV replacements, German non-AV replacements, Allied AV replacements, and Allied non-AV replacements. Let's do German first. Nothing on the first turn. Obviously, this is the second turn. We roll a die for German AV replacements. So let's bring this down a little bit. And here we go. Here we go. German AV replacements. A 5 is good. They get 4 steps and a Tiger 1. I don't think they're going to need that Tiger 1, but the 4 steps will be very nice. Now the question is, where do we put these replacements? 1 replacement per counter, basically. You can't have more than 1. Where have we even suffered some losses? It's going to be hard. Not much in the north. Our reconnaissance unit here, they're down to 3. And looking out here, okay, these guys out here, I would love to increase them by 1 step. Okay, so it's 1. I think good luck finding any tigers that I can replenish. Where even are they? I thought I saw some. Okay, I can increase their steps. They are reduced because that's not the printed number. 1 tiger. I now have 3 more AV steps. And so they've taken replacements. Here we go, these guys. Increase steps, that's 2. Scrolling down, looking for some armor. Here we go, these guys here. They could be important. So that's 3, they're at full strength. And do I get to the 2nd Panzer? I think I do, eh? Therefore, let's give it to the other second panzer step. So that's 4 steps. And now we get non-AV replacements, 8 steps in this turn. So I'll scroll back up to the top again. And okay, they take a beating. So 1, 2, 3. Now I want to prioritize my decent AR units, so 2s and 3s are not necessarily a priority. Let's scroll down a bit, see if I can find any kind of 4s that have taken any losses. 2, 2, 3 around here. I don't think they're all that critical, but these guys here, some bicycle infantry pioneers. 4, 5, 6, 6. I have 2 steps left. Two steps left. They're all pretty good. These guys took a beating over here, didn't they? So 7 and 1 more step. I can't recall if I gave it to them, but let's do that. Okay, they're my German replacements. Now let's look at our Allied replacements. They get a die roll for AV replacements. A 5 on the 7/7 gives them 3 AV replacements for the Allies. And I think there's a couple of critical areas. They are healthy. These guys increase steps. That's 1. 2 more. They don't have a lot of AV. They do have a graveyard though, which I could consult. I may need to bring back from the dead, because I don't think there are too many AV replacements. Oh, here we go. These guys are pretty important. We'll give them a step. 1 more. Yeah, I think it's going to be a graveyard unit. Okay, so here's our 2 AV units. They're non-replaceable, so it can't be them. It's got to be these guys with 1 step. 14th Cav. Where's the 14th Cav? They're down here somewhere, right? No, back up here. Around here, yeah. Now I believe, I need to check the rules. They go, I think they go with their, these are replacements. Double check the rules here. Replacement points. Rebuilding from the dead pile, 2.2E. 2.2E says that if a dead unit receives a replacement, place it in or adjacent to its headquarters, assuming they have a complete MSR, which headquarters does. It's not great, but yeah, it's complete. So that's my last Allied AV set. They also get 4 non-AV replacements, and you know, because these guys up here have been giving the Germans such a headache, actually they're already pretty full. Lots of strength up in the north there. If I scroll down, where are the problems? I'm not going to give them any points. Okay, let's go. They only get 4 steps. I'm not too worried about. I mean, I'm not overly worried about steps. Let's get these guys 1. 3 to go. 2, 3, and we'll go down south. 1 more. Oh yeah, 4 for the engineers. Yeah, look, that's okay. So for this turn, the Allied Snafu dice roll modifier remains -2. The German Snafu dice roll modifier remains +1. We have done all our preparation for the turn, and we're ready to go. And I've been thinking about this, and I see options for the 116th. Let me point this out to you. So if you've seen the last video, the 116th did a beautiful job in punching through this road. They kept the bridge secure. They've driven across here, up this road to here. They have some amazing options here. Let me zoom out and show you this unit. It's a shame I can't sort of show their potential movement range, but they can fly to Vilsam. They might be able to reach Trois Ponts. They can capture Parker's Crossroads. They can drive down here to Hoffelaise, which is empty at present. Could they reach Bastogne? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to Noville, 15, 16. They can get past Foy on 1 activation. And if they get a second activation, bearing in mind they are fatigue 0, they could capture Bastogne this turn. So, well, look, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's roll for initiative. We need to determine. Assignment as well. This is where both sides can assign arty points and independent units to formations. I can assign support. It's nothing that I've really I've in the up to now 45 hours of BCS, nothing that I've really ever messed with. When support is assigned to a unit, I've kept that support there, and I haven't really felt. Let me just look at this unit. I haven't really felt a need to remove the support. I kind of trust the initial setup. This is with the 277. Oh, that's a mixed formation. So I have actually. I need to attach a coordination marker to these guys. Coordination. Here we go. That also affects the Volksgrenadier, which I'll put over there. They are mixed. Unfortunately, I didn't realise their support was... Actually, no, that's attached to the headquarters. They are not mixed. Yeah, they're not actually present in that hex. They're attached to this headquarters. So yeah, look, I feel like the detachment and the reattachment of support units is something that more experienced players would have more information about and know what to do. I mean, I know how to do it. I just don't know what really would be more sensible. I guess if I scroll down to the south, I mean, I'm aware that these guys already have red support. So here we have 212th already with red support. The 276th has standoff support. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. Good on defense. Might be better taking them out. So this is the one support unit that I just don't think there's high value when they're on the attack. They can't do much at present. they're 88s basically. Very good on defence. Range of 3. Set them up and well, maybe shoot some German armour. So I'm kind of, as I say, I'm not going to worry about support. I'm kind of leaning towards getting those 88s and basically removing them from their support status. And they have to do this during the assignment phase, basically. I think I'd like to take them out of support, so I want to delete that. Oh, actually, no, yeah, I'll take them out of support, but attached to this headquarters. Basically, they're an independent unit attached to the headquarters, and I believe they just go in the headquarters hex because, as I said, this is probably the first time I've ever had a unit exit support. It's not a support only unit, so they're allowed to do that. I should consult. There is a series of charts for this. Assignment procedure. When they're deployed to the map, place the unit on its move side, I think. Maybe you have to do that. That's probably a good thing anyway. And I've already removed the bridge markers as well. There are quite a few open bridges now. So here, down here and elsewhere. I also made some errors with the 3rd Volksjäger and I think 12th Volksgrenadier combat trains. They, for some reason, had a path leading down to here which was illegal. So I've basically fixed my error, moved their combat trains as I should have done, and they're now tracing on this track. So they have ghost combat trains and using tracks. So they're penalised. I'm kind of penalising myself for that error. My rationale is, well, if I'm going to make that kind of error, they'll suffer some penalties. And I think, to be honest, they would have had to have their combat trains back here because there's no other legal path. This overpass was destroyed, so they couldn't draw supply along this road. It is now open, so now they can reuse that road. But yeah, look, I think we're ready to go. So let's roll for initiative to see who goes first. German first, now US. US goes first, and Germans are very disappointed. 116th, we're really hoping they could race ahead. So here they are here. We've got the 116th here, and it's like the Americans know what the Germans are planning, but there's also a potential breakthrough down here in the south with the 26th Volksgrenadier. They can move on Wiltz, they can move through this primary road here towards Bastogne. So, what can the Americans do to stop both of these things? They could see CCR 9 is right in the center there. In theory, they could spread out they could spread out along this area and block these roads. They've got the units for it. In practice, they're not allowed to because of that very low command range. 112th, 28th could pull back away from, where are we here? Urin, of course, that's the Urin Bridge. But they just have some, it might be good actually to save the infantry. That's one option. I can't do much with the 106 infantry. They can pull back, but they're not going to get far. What other options are there? Let's look at US reinforcements. I could bring these guys on from the north. They are not going to get anywhere near Bastogne, Hoffelays in time. I need a formation in this area. Maybe the 110, 28th. Maybe I pull these guys back. 110th. I think they're in the best position to... So this is interesting. Clervaux is a city. It's a great defensive position. I could hold here for a couple of turns. But if I want to pull back these units, oh God, they're very heavily reduced. If I want to pull back the 110 to 28, which is really spread out, how far could the 112th 28 get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could kind of block that road. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's just check. These reinforcements, they don't have trucks, they're using foot movement. They're the same, so they're not going to be able to move far. Okay, I just noticed CCB 9 here. Their plan, you may recall, their plan was to head north and block this road. No, they're kind of already behind 116th Panzer. I think I pull 112th 28 out. They have the movement to block this road, to block the advance there. They could block this road here, and they can block this southern primary road. Okay, let's do that. This is not necessarily the best option, folks. This is just... I could go through these options for hours, but let's roll for these guys. Snafu roll. 7 minus the 2 plus 1 is going to be a 6. Just double checking. Game specific is -2. Yeah. So it's -2 is 5. Plus 1 for optimal distance is 6. That's a partial. So they're only going to get half movement. Oh, they want to get rid of their prepared defense, of course, as well. So they wanted to move as fast as possible. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they only get a partial. Snafu rolls. You can see they're -2. Game specific. They're not mixed. There are no other negative modifiers. They're not fresh, so they get the +1 for optimal distance. But the other problem is they're on tracks as well. So it's going to be, yeah, definite partial. No objectives, I don't think. They're just going to try and get the heck out of here. So headquarters. 1, 2... Sorry. 1, a half, 2, it's the primary road trucks, 3, 4. That's not ideal. That's not great. We really needed a good snafu here. These guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. What they're hoping for now is a double activation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, geez, they're not 112-28. They're 106 infantry. Where did you guys come from? You came from there. Get back there. 1, 2... They're in a difficult position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2. They can't even go. Okay. I think I've got to flip them over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not getting far with this activation. 112-20. Let's just highlight the not that. There's not much. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will move their combat train to here, and I will roll for a second activation. That's it for the 112-28. I don't think that was the best opening move for the Americans. Regret. They need a 4 or more for a second activation. They fail. Okay. They've left their infantry exposed, isolated in terrible defensive positions. Look at these poor guys here. Oh, they're in a village at least, but they're unprepared. And they've dropped their prepared defences. They probably would have been better. Oh, okay. Look, mistakes have been made. I just needed a little bit of extra, quite a bit of extra movement actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. They've just stuffed up their retreat and they've been caught out in the open. And they haven't done anything to block this, what the Germans want to do, which is the opening move of 116th Panzer. So no fatigue for them because they didn't set an objective. We're now activating 116th Panzer. Here comes their snafu roll. That's terrible. That's terrible as well. Game specific +1. Optimal distance but ghosted, so it's a partial. A partial objective. But the bridge is open, so let's get these guys across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can basically move these guys to Shireen down here. Or they can capture Vilsam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. I don't think capturing it adds that much to my offensive at the moment. So they could, this unit here could march down this secondary road here, up to here, drive the combat trains off. If they've already activated, so I'm not so worried about driving that off. Capture Vilsam. I could check the bridge on the way. It could be blown. But I think more importantly, we are really banking on a second activation. And so what I want to do is drive as far southwest towards Hofflaze as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And we'll bring up the rest of these guys, and they're going to basically follow along this road. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we don't want to clog the roads up. Let's split them up. So we've got the rest of the 116th, and we'll get into our trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 3 and a half, 4. 5, 6, 6. Just checking bridges. Yeah, bridges don't. I can't see bridges here. They don't cost anything extra to cross that that bridge. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6. Sorry. This is a bit tougher. This is a truck through rolling terrain, which is, oh geez, expensive. 4, 5, 6. That's as far as I get. Same again. 4. That's pretty expensive for a truck. 4, 5, 6. I can't believe that costs 6 for a truck to move through that kind of terrain. Rolling terrain, 4. It's 1 for foot units, and just for that, yeah. Now our combat trains can be moved up to, let's say, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Seems as good a place as any. Just double checking that we have all the 116th moved up. Command range can be removed. No snafu because it's their first activation and they haven't done any fighting or anything. They need a 4 or more for a second. And I reckon if they can do this and get a good snafu, they can reach Bastogne. But they need to do it first. 4 or more. Oh god, they're done as well. And now we go back to the Americans. And, well, they're not worried about the 160 anymore because they stuffed up their snafu and didn't get a second activation. So now they turn their attention to this possible southern breakout with the 26th Volksgrenadier. And I'm again returning my attention to the 110th, 28th. And wondering what I can do to slow these guys down. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Will it grind to a halt as they kind of reach these outskirts, giving me time to bring on the 101st Airborne next turn in the 82nd? Or do I need to respond? They've got engineers here in Wiltz, engineers here. Can any other Germans break out through this area? We've got Panzerlehr. 560th could do something. Nah, there's a big block of infantry there. We've got the 2nd Panzer. They're kind of blocked as well. Americans are sort of satisfied with most of their defensive positions. I guess with everything happening up north up here, maybe I bring on some reinforcements. So let's bring the 1st Infantry Division at location P. Alright. So where are their trains? Here they are. P. It's a big place here basically. Snafu roll is not good. It's going to be a partial. So half movement. 1. Well, let's think about what we're going to do with these guys before I just start moving them freely. Oops. So from this primary road down, perhaps through Malmedy, occupying this, maybe this area around as far along this primary road as they can get, which is going to be 8 foot movement. So I know trucks can move 4 along this primary road, but I want to sort of count out the foot movement. So it's going to be 1 for foot, 2, 3, 4 because it's a partial. And yeah, basically that's as far as my infantry is going to be able to make it. And they're fatigue 1 as well. So I need a support marker for that. There we go. There is a chance, of course, that they get a second activation on a 4 or more. Yeah, okay, second activation. Snafu roll is good, even with the -2, -1. Optimal distance, that'll be a double objective. Alright. I don't think they want to place an objective. They just, again, want to move as fast as they can. So, the infantry, again, I'll move the headquarters first. Bearing in mind I will be limiting my movement speed to basically foot rates to consider that I want to move my infantry up as far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Primary road leg half. Yeah, that's as far as, again, trucks could go further, but that's as far as this infantry is going to be able to go. It's actually a pretty small formation. 3 battalions there. There are others. Here they are. Oh, they should come in at O. Okay. At the same time when I activate the 1st Infantry Division. Now I believe they should be placed, right? I need to double check the rules here. So at O they are placed, and then their first movement was a partial 1, 2, 3, 4. And second movement was full. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they've linked up with the rest of the division. So I need to check these other reinforcements. These guys, for example, I guess they just get placed. I mean, technically, well, hold on. Just setting. Let me go back and double check the reinforcement rules, because if that's the case, then Vonderheit should be there as well. I didn't have to deal with too many replacements in the Southern campaign, so I'm a bit rusty here. 2.1c. So what actually happens? 2.1c. Place reinforcements into the location. So that should all happen actually. So these guys should be placed in C23, 24. So they're placed there. But that also means, so these guys are placed, okay, within... Let me scroll down and do these ones very quickly. At 4th Infantry Division headquarters. Well, I can put 1 unit there, and they can just go on the road to the south. These guys also land at P, and they'll come on later. They are within 4 hexes of C16, 11, within 4 hexes of Vilsum. 22. Oh, well, this changes everything. 2213 here. 2106 here. Okay, so this is a bit of a big stuff up. It's a simple rule. I'm just not familiar with placing reinforcements because there weren't many in the Southern campaign. It's just me being rusty with a simple rule. It's clear, I just got a bit clumsy. 2106, 2213, 1611. I can place them in Vilsum. Or 3011. I don't need to place them there. I might place them 1611 within 4 hexes of here. don't know where their combat trains are. Oh, here it is. Any legal hex. Ghost mode. Yeah, okay, so that's probably the biggest stuff I've made thus far. And another big stuff up is, of course, German reinforcements should be placed too, including von der Heydt in 2632 here, or rather within 2 spaces of that hex. Which means these guys can kind of stack in the marsh. Which means that these guys who all came on have to kind of fight their way through. There's no other way around that. They've got to go straight down that primary road, straight through von der Heydt. Let's work that out in a moment. I'll get the rest of these guys to set up first. Combat trains. Go here, that's miles away. They set up there. At the 3rd Volksmarine headquarters. It should be down here somewhere. Yeah, there's one unit. I can set one there. Another adjacent. And I'll double check the rules for this as well. I was just trying to see if they arrive in their move side or deployed. I can't see anything. Place them in the hexes. As desired. Yeah, inner adjacent to the headquarters. That's okay. And these guys at 276 Volksgrenadier. 276 Volksgrenadier. Where is the 276? Way down south here, right? Somewhere around. That's the here they are, yeah. In or adjacent. Oh, their support. So I will grab another red support marker for them. Now, I've got to figure out what to do about these guys who slipped through von der Heydt. Because this was all illegal. So they still had a partial on their first activation. I'll keep that in mind. And I'll see if they can smash their way through. So they would have set their objective here. And they would have launched. They don't need to be like that. They could launch a regular attack here, basically, and hope it's a good one. So it's going to be AR of 4. I'll use artillery. They have red support. It's not a double objective zone. They have assistance minus the German 2. Double stacked. I don't know what marshes do. It's defensive terrain, okay. 1. So it's basically a net modifier of +4 for the American attack. 6 plus is 10, and a result of 10 is going to cause a A1 situational retreat. So they go 1, 2, 3 back to there. they can then advance into the hex. 1, 2 enables me to clear out von der Height. 1, 2, 3 back along this road, and they become. They suffer, I believe it's coordination for being jumped. How'd they go? 1, 2 to there. I've got to stop there. And these other reinforcements from 1st Division coming to O, and they go 1, 2 to there. Yep, that's right. Right, so for the second activation now, because the first was a partial, that's done. Second activation was a full activation, and I think they'll set both objectives here. They will bring up a unit to support that attack. Again, it's a plus, should still be a +4 modifier. That's another result of situational retreat. 1, 2, 3, which clears the road. They'll advance into there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I move there, it keeps those guys in command, and the infantry can follow up. That's a bit clumsy, but CCB 9th Armoured. How did they get there? Okay, and I will exit that. And I will move their combat train up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so cleared von der Height off the road. Didn't get as far as originally planned, but combat went pretty consistently for the Allies. And yeah. So I believe it's back to the Germans. And I might just leave it here. I'll do one more activation because I'm making a couple of clumsy mistakes. So a bit tired tonight. And I think that's a sign I should I should not make too many more activations. So, what do I want to do for this last activation? Where's the 9th Infantry coming in from? P. Okay, so they're coming in from over here. Not this road, which is reassuring. And I need to assign this to somebody. Let's assign that to 150th Panzer. They're probably the closest formation. They might be able to catch up. Okay, well look, there was this gap down south with the 26th Volksgrenadier. Although they're also driving on Clairvaux. I guess the question here is, do I continue on Clairvaux? There's only engineers sitting there. Or do I continue driving west and just try and isolate the Americans? There's a very slim chance they can get to Bastogne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but it's a chance. Or I can activate Panzerlehr. And I think they are fresh and probably have just as much chance as reaching Bastogne. So let's do that. Let's get Panzerlehr into the action and we'll give them a go. Snafu roll is good. It's going to be a double activation. They don't want to attack though. They want to drive across and head west as fast as they can. And unfortunately, in their trucks, they're not going to get very far along these tracks. I think I spoke too soon when I said they stand as good a chance as the 26 Volkswagen. They don't. They're much slower. Let's get our headquarters up. 1.5, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. Before we do that, let's check these guys. 110.28 has red support, but they are out of command, so they won't benefit from their improved prepared defense, but they will have the red ZOC. So what I want to do is clear that out with some of my armor, and so I need to set it's going to be an engagement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, it's going to have to be that side. And it's pretty decent red support as well. Alright, so I have these objective markers. I could just place a double objective down there to help with my combat. So I could say boom boom. Oops. Yeah, I could put both objectives there to help with the engagement by providing that extra modifier in what is a pretty important engagement. If I can clear... I don't really want Panzer along these tracks, but it is way west. So let's give it a go. Alright, bringing up these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then forcing an engagement here. To drop support, to drop the red support here. Can the support? I'm pretty sure the support can make it there, right? There's nothing. This is kind of getting to the limits of. Support establishment safe path 1.9C. So this might be a kind of an edge case where, again, something I'm not overly familiar with, where that support can't make a safe, form a safe path to. Yeah, they need, because these 26 Volksgrenadier units. No, they don't have. So the problem here is the 26 Volksgrenadier doesn't have TAC, but they can't get across. So let me think. So this gets really tricky here. The red support here is actually with the headquarters here, and it has to travel out to this unit via a safe path, which is basically 11 what kind of unit is it? 11 movement points in TAC MA. So they can kind of go a half, and then they go here, but they must stop if they move there. I don't think they get a safe path to this hex. There's no safe path through here. They can't go round. They'll be stopped there. Will they buy that? That slope terrain is prohibited. Yep, so they can't do that. And I can't see them looping all the way around. So yeah, there's no support here. which means I don't have to. Forget my trucks off the road. So basically, I want to try to dislodge this unit from this hex. Well, I don't even need to. I could go around here and along this path without having to worry about this particular road. So if I look at where they've come from, what I can do in theory is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to there. And all my other units can follow a similar path without having to worry about this particular hex. Clearing that hex enables me to move down to the south here and follow these trails. It's probably a little bit quicker. And I'll actually try it. I'll clear them out with shock combat. So I'm going to do, I think, an attack by fire into this hex, just to prepare for my shock combat. Okay, so attack by fire, needing basically a 4 or more because they're in terrain. That's a hit, so they reduce their steps. Now I've got shock combat, so it's going to be 5 plus it's a dual unit in a double objective zone. I'll spend some artillery. They use shock combat. That's a 9 versus the defenders. Actually 4. That's pretty tough, but all they've got is terrain because they're out of range of support and prepared defense. So it's a +4 modifier to my die roll. Here we go. 7, 11. I'm pretty sure that's going to be good enough. That's going to be a D1 retreat. So decrease steps. And they flip to their move side and retreat to their headquarters. Okay, so this is... This is another interesting one because I don't know if they have a safe path retreat back to their... These little situations are really throwing up my... Okay, so, okay, if there is no... okay. Automatic retreats. No safe path. If there is no retreat, if there is a retreat result and the unit's a leg, each unit suffers 1 additional step loss and ignores the retreat result. I didn't really want that to happen. I kind of wanted them to retreat. Well, actually, no. It was 1 additional step loss. Kills them off. Oops, not that. It sends them to the graveyard. Which is better, because it completely clears that road and gets rid of the unit. Oh my god. Alright, now we've cleared this other road. Let's try and get some forces along here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I better move my headquarters up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll bring up all their attached things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3 and a half. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And they were right behind, so they will go to there. And I'll move my trucks. This is what's going to be the problem. The trucks can't go much further than this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll move them back 1 extra space. They can draw supply to there. Okay, let's check for fatigue. Yeah, fatigued. That's not great. And a second activation on 1 to 4. Oh, sorry, 4 plus rather. They actually do get a second activation. But now I run into issues with supply, and I can't get supply. Well, I can, but I'm using this track, ghosted. There's some limitations to their snafu. Let's see what they get. Yeah, that's bad. So it's going to be 3. A couple of bad modifiers here. Snafu roll. 3. No coordination. Oh, there is coordination because they mixed with the 26 Volksgrenadier, who will also suffer coordination. So there's a few. I think this could be a fail, snafu. So a roll of 3 plus 1 game specific is 4, 3, 2. Optimal distance, but ghosted using tracks is a fail snafu, so they don't get anything. And they're done. And it's been a bit of a clumsy couple of opening turns, activations for this second turn. So as I said, I'm going to round off here, get my head straight, and continue tomorrow. Just a couple of bad rolls. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm making bad decisions as well. I don't think Panzerlehr was the best formation to activate. I should have activated 26 and tried Clervaux. If I can clear that primary road through here, maybe then Panzerlehr could have come up. Anyway, and then look, other mistakes. It's just been a bit chaotic, disappointing. Frustrating to make these mistakes. Simple things as well, like placing reinforcements. The rules are very clear on this, and it just, got a bit clumsy. So look, apologies, folks. I'll round up there. There's probably more that I've missed. Good time to stop if I'm making this many mistakes. But I'll continue later. Thanks, everyone, and take care.